Today we are going to be diving deep into a crucial topic, and that topic is: how does the economy of Nigeria affect the overall economy of Africa? Yes, Nigeria is often referred to as the giants of Africa. Today I want us to look at what does that really mean to the continent's health. Don't go anywhere. Stick around while we get started. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in and welcome back once again to yet another episode of Mr. J's Reaction. And it's always a pleasure to have you check Mr. J out and what I have to say. And if this is your first time coming through, man, they call me Mr. J. And we are proudly motherlanding on this platform, you feel me? We do drop vlogs talking about different issues of Africa. I mean, entertainment, lifestyle, politics. Yes, you all know, man. And today I want us to dive into a crucial topic, which given everything that has been happening within the past days online trending, and I want us to talk about this issue, man. And this is the topic: does the economy of Nigeria benefit the whole continent? Yes, in other words, is Nigeria's economy beneficial to Africa's general economy? Before we do get started, do not forget, man, it will be very honorable for me to have you as part of the family. I mean, hit that subscribe button. So ladies and gentlemen, we've had the whole situation of Bolt, the fight going on back and forth, and there's been a whole lot of conversation online. And you know, as somebody who I always do my research, and I was like, but why is there so much hatred between the South Africans and the Nigerians and all the African countries we've seen over the years? Like, they're always throwing stones at Nigeria, and I was thinking, if they throw stones at you, it means that your presence actually means something to the continent. And yes, some of you keep calling Nigeria the giants of Africa, the giants of Africa. But what does that really mean? Is that just a name per se, or is just something some of us say without even understanding? This vlog, I'm going to try to analyze and break down the importance of Nigeria's economy to the continent of Africa as we know it. First of all, I want us to start with the economy of Nigeria. It is a diversified economy. Nigeria's economy is oil, is agriculture, man, and other is innovation, technology, and other services that really bring a whole lot of meaning and power to that beautiful country. But I want us to look at the oil sector of Nigeria real quick. Nigeria is Africa's #1 producer of crude oil. Yes, if I'm not mistaken, it is the #1 producer of crude oil. And Nigeria is one of the top exporters of oil when we talk about Africa. That in itself should tell you that Nigeria is not a country you should mess with. The second thing I want us to talk about actually regarding this topic is the role of Nigeria's economy in Africa. Yes, what role does the Nigerian economy play in Africa? Yeah, we just talked about the diversified nature of its economy. Now, what role does this economy play to the general economy of Africa? Now, let me tell you, the Nigerian economy is the largest in Africa. It is the largest. What do I mean by the largest? Nigeria contributes nearly 20% of Africa's GDP. Do your research and check. Now, for one country to produce or to contribute 20% of a continent's GDP, that's massive. That is a sure reason why maybe some of you guys don't know, or maybe some of you guys are just fond of saying, oh, the giants of Africa, the giants of Africa, but you do not actually understand the data. With this in itself, contributing 20%, you have a say in the continent. Like it or not, Nigeria's economy is, if you take away Nigeria's economy from Africa, man, let me tell you something. There's going to be a whole lot of hardship. Forget about being patriotic, my other African brothers and sisters. Let us call a spade a spade. You feel me? The next reason which I think regarding this topic, Nigeria's economy is intertwined with that of Africa's economy, is that of the population. Yes, Nigeria is Africa's most populous country with over 200 million people. That alone is a critical factor when we talk about workforce. When you look at Nigerians today, it is not for no reason why we say Nigerians are very, very industrious. When you look at the youth of Nigeria today, these are the most industrious people you will come across in your life. And I want to make mention of my Igbos, the backbone of business in Nigeria, the backbone of industrious nature. Yes, I don't want us to talk about the whole Igbo boys, the system of taking somebody from the village and training them in business and settling them. But when we look at the population of Nigeria alone, ladies and gentlemen, that population is a workforce. And when you look at what is happening now in Nigeria, there's a whole lot of industrial activities popping up that is giving dividends. There's a whole lot of, YouTubers making money and hiring people. There's a whole lot of artists. There's a whole lot of innovation. There's a whole lot of manufacturing that is taking place. So, man, that in itself, it brings about a whole lot into the continent. It's not just benefiting Nigerians, it's benefiting a whole lot of people outside of Nigeria. So yeah, man, they are rightfully, if you call them the giants of Africa, you are not mistaken by 1 inch of the word. Now, the other reason which I would say is that of trade and investments. Ladies and gentlemen, Nigeria is a trade hub when we talk about trade hubs in Africa. The ports in Lagos, they are some of the busiest ports. I'm talking about the seaports. Man, trade coming into Africa through Nigeria for all the African countries, especially those in the West African region. Trade leaving out of Africa, goods and services leading out of Africa to other parts of the world. And let me tell you, a whole lot of countries and companies and businesses in Africa and the world, they look at Nigeria's economy first. They try to set foot in Nigeria first because they know that with that type of population, setting foot in terms of trade and investment, man, they have hit the jackpot. So yes, Nigeria's economy is very, very essential to that of Africa. You cannot talk about the economy of Africa without mentioning Nigeria. There is just no way. And lastly, before we close, man, I want us to talk about Nigerian financial institutions. Haven't you noticed that as you travel around, especially sub-Saharan African countries, you will see that there's a whole lot of banks that are Nigerian banks? Yes, a whole lot of banks. Talk about EcoBank, talk about Zenith. Bro, when you look at the money that these people put into these countries where they go to, any country where a Nigerian bank moves into, they provide capital for businesses. They help people become industrious. So I will end this vlog by saying this. If you ever sit somewhere and wonder why Nigeria is called the giant of Africa, or if you ever try to hate the fact that there can be no good economy in Africa without the input of Nigeria, then you are definitely thinking like any other person who is talking shit about Nigeria online. But remember this, Nigeria brings in Nigeria contributes 20% of Africa's GDP. Let that sink in. Man, while we end this vlog, man, do not forget to leave a comment and let Mr. J know what you learned from this. And if there's something that I missed, do leave a comment and we are going to speak the truth and give you this data, man. Hey, we're just trying to keep it real. I mean, we probably motherlandian. If you're from any part of motherland, you are my brother, you are my sister. Stay blessed. We're out of here. Peace.